are you today?
I'm doing pretty great. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank you. Okay, so can you introduce yourself and let us know what you do here at Midoricon?
Absolutely. My name is Rini Wooten. I'm the event director here at Midoricon. I help facilitate all of the staff and all of the pre-workings to the convention, and then help facilitate the execution of the event.
Okay, wow, that's a lot to do.
I'm an art grad, so my skills are diverse and strange.
She actually designed the badges for this year, and they look awesome. I will be posting a picture of those later.
Thank you.
So, what is it like trying to coordinate a convention?
I don't want to be cliche and say it's like herding cats, but it's a little bit like herding cats, maybe mutant cats.
Okay. Kappa cats?
Kappa cats, or a lot like herding Meowth, maybe a Alolan Meowths, or Alolan Persians for sure, because they get a little weighty sometimes. Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon, your convention actually hosts a really big Pokemon event, especially on May Day. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. Today is the Saturday of the event. We have a Pokemon Gajinka photo shoot, so everybody dresses up as different characters from Pokemon, or they dress up as versions of their own Pokemon, and then we all do really fun poses. We gather people in like little tableaus and scenes to create just really fun pictures, and then after that we have a Pokemon Snap event where we pull people around on a little cart, and we have all of the Pokemon who came to the photo shoot interact with the people who are taking pictures. So for any of you that have played the old Nintendo 64 Pokemon Snap event, we try and give you an opportunity to make it real.
Oh, it's like reliving childhood.
Hopefully, or I mean, real now, yay! I know it's an older game. I'm dating myself.
What are the different levels of staff? Like, when you assign staff a job, do you base it off of experience that they have, or do you just try and diversify that way?
Oh, we do. Before someone is bumped up to staff, we like them to have at least 1 year of volunteering. That way they can kind of see behind the scenes what goes on and see where their energy level is. Because some people are a little more tailored to some of the high energy events like Mario Kart. We have a volunteer this year. His name's Dante. He was our banana this year. I don't know if anybody has seen Mario Kart events in the past, but we dress people like bananas. You can pull bananas out of our question mark boxes and throw them, and then they mess with your cart, like in Mario Kart. So anybody who has the stamina for that, we place in those high energy events. Okay. And then anything where they might want a little bit of introverted time, we might place them at badge check or somewhere where they have some help, like at info desk next to registration. So, you know, we like to tailor things to the person. Okay. So after you have that year of volunteer, we hold a meeting together as a staff, and we might offer a staff position to that person if they do a good job.
Okay. What would you say is a benefit of becoming staff for a convention?
Oh, aside from like lifelong friends. Honestly, it gives you an idea of your strengths and weaknesses. I think that being on staff at an event like this helps you learn a lot about yourself, and it helps you learn a lot about other people and a lot about how to grapple with a lot of behind-the-scenes difficulties. I know that I personally have grown a lot as a person helping facilitate events like this, and that's what Midori is about. It's about leveling up and growing your life in a way that helps you be a better you. So, yeah.
Is there anything else that you wanted to let us know about Midoricon? Any upcoming events or things that we should know for the future?
We will be back next year. We'd love to see you. We're going to be back here at Deer Creek State Park, and then we'll be doing some fun mega events up at Maumee Bay. I know that we've done stuff at Maumee Bay and Shawnee State Park in the past, and we're going to continue to partner with Ohio State Parks in the future because we have an eco-friendly partnership with a lot of the state and with a few charities this year, and we want to, help the world be a better place.
That's wonderful. Thank you so very much for organizing this, and thank you for letting me talk with you.
Oh, thanks for Thanks for having me.
Hi guys, we are here at Midoricon today, and we are going to be interviewing some of the staff. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Amanda Watson. I'm in charge of Artist Alcove in the dealer's rooms.
Okay. What inspired you to want to be Midoricon staff?
My friend said, hey, we have this cool con, come join. And then they put me in a banana costume and let me chase people in the Mario Karts. And I was hooked.
That would be absolutely hilarious to see. What is it like working for a convention behind the scenes?
It can be pretty hectic, but it is fun to see how it works. All the stuff that goes on in the background that you don't know about. So,
What would be some of those things that you would do in the background that make a convention happen that not necessarily a lot of people know about?
well, with us, because we do it in the state parks, and that's where we host Midoricon. It's a lot of it's getting the stuff here. So with some of our props are rather large, and loading them into trucks and vans and cars, it's kind of like playing Tetris. And that is a bit of a struggle. And then there's a lot of stuff we do, like Thursday night before the con starts. So one night, our cabin, the staff cabin, was full, like waist high of balloons. And then there's just tubs and tubs of water balloons. And I think this year we were blowing up beach toys and just naming them, and it just got out of hand.
Is this your first year being Midoricon staff, or how long have you been doing this?
This is my 5th or 6th Midori. I missed the first one, and I missed the very last one before this because I was mucho pregnant. But yeah, I think this is the 6th.
How do you feel about the convention's new location here at Deer Creek State Park?
Well, I love the lake. It's gorgeous. The views around the lodge are just wonderful, and all the little gazebos and outside space is great. It's very walkable. I think I'm a little sentimental to Mamu Bay, just because I live closer to it.
Right, I was actually at Maumee Bay the last year that they hosted this, but I definitely love both locations. Is there anything that you would recommend for people who are interested in becoming staff for a convention, or how to maybe get involved with Midoricon in the future?
Ask. We're always looking for volunteers to help out, especially those who have worked other conventions and kind of know what they're doing. Even if you don't, we'll put anyone in a banana suit to chase people or to badge check, pretty much.
All right, sounds wonderful. Thank you so very much. Hey guys, I am here with the one and only Mr. CreepyPasta. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. It's a great convention, actually. Being over here at Midoricon is super fun for me.
Is this your first time being at Midoricon?
It's not, actually. I came to Midoricon 6 years ago, and this is the first time back at Midoricon in 6 years, which was super neat because I started dating my wife now 6 years ago at this convention, and then now we're married. Get married.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I had a couple of questions that our viewers were wanting to ask you. The first question was, with being the voice behind so many stories and characters, what inspired you to become Mr. CreepyPasta?
Oh, God. Okay. So this is a weird, long form answer. I'm going to go on tangents, and I'm sorry for
That's
that.
okay.
Okay. So years and years and years ago, and by that I mean 8 years ago, I was dating another girl, and she was super into horror, and I was super into horror, and things were getting rocky, and I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to start a YouTube channel where I can kind of do horror things. We could do it together, kind of thing. And she was not interested. And I made a couple of videos. She's was telling me oh, well, these are kind of bad. You don't think you should keep doing this? Oh, well, okay. Well, that ended, and I went back to it, and there were people who were commenting on the videos saying they liked it, they wanted me to do more. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just give this another shot. And I started doing more videos. Really, it grew out of the fact that I wanted a relationship to happen that wasn't really ever going to happen, and I got a better one now. So, it was like the weirdest inspiration to start doing this channel. Was it started from that, and eventually kind of moved more into wanting to preserve stories in a new format, and then finally, like, now I'm kind of doing this to also get to know like authors on No Sleep and CreepyPasta authors and promoting their books and things. Yeah.
That's really, really cool to know.
Thanks.
What is your favorite creepypasta that you have narrated? I know that's like picking your favorite child.
Yeah, no, that's like I've got 2,000 of them on the channel right now. So I really like playing the character of Jeff the Killer, which is why I bring back the character for like. It's Jeff the Killer is also like Spencer Middleton, and Jeff the Killer is also like just about any other like gruff voiced serial killer I play in any story is always Jeff. But I think like probably my favorite story, at least for right now, is Tales from the Gas Station, because there's so many of them in like this big series. And the second novel just came out, and I'm doing the audiobook for that. But I think that's probably my favorite one for now. Like I have them jumping around as time goes on. But for right now, that's probably it.
I think between all of the videos that I've heard of yours, mine would either be Next Time You'll Know Better about the vampire,
Yeah.
or No End House.
No End House was a classic
That's
series.
really good.
That was a really, really good one. Did you see? They turned it into a TV show.
I actually did. I watched all but the last episode, and I lost power the night of the last
Oh,
episode, so
no.
I never got to see how it ended.
That series was really good. Channel Zero, I really liked, especially for the first 2 seasons. Candle Cove and No End House, I think, were the best seasons that they ever did. They were really fun. Seeing No End House was really fun.
Yeah, it was one heck of a show, I'll say that. Having been a YouTuber since January of 2011, what advice would you say? Yes, it's been that long. What advice would you say to others who want to create their own channel?
Run.
You heard it here.
YouTube's hard. Honestly, so the best advice I could have is that you're going to be doing a lot without any real like reward for a while, and that is probably the biggest like advice I could say is like don't be discouraged whenever you look at like Markiplier and PewDiePie and like Jacksepticeye and all these guys who are like massive subscribers, because it feels like, oh, well, I'm really funny and I have really great ideas and I could do something like that, then I should also be up there. But like when you're starting off, you're like looking up, like that. And the best advice I have is like, don't do that. Like just be proud of what you can accomplish whenever you can accomplish it. And when that exponential curve hits, it's going to feel really good. Otherwise, like always looking up like that is always going to make you feel discouraged, because like you're going to feel like, oh man, well, I got 100 subscribers, but man, he just hit 100 million. Like I'm never going to be up there. Like always just be proud, because like if you have like 50 subscribers, even like 50 subscribers, like if you try to think about 50 subscribers in a room with you, kind of thing like that. That's how many people you have always waiting and watching and wanting to see more from you. So having 50 people in a room with you like that, oh my God, like inside like a panel room, 50 people crowd together to hear you talk. Like that's really cool. And then, when you get over to like 100, 1,000, however many, it may not feel like that much when you're looking up. But when you think about it in your scale, if there's 1,000 people in a room listening to you, oh my God, that's crazy.
It's an inspirational feeling.
Yeah, it's a super inspirational feeling. And that's my best advice is don't spend your entire time on YouTube looking up. Like, be proud of what you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the release of the CreepyPasta collection books, how has it been working with such a wide variety of writers and story creators?
Oh, man. So I released CreepyPasta Collection Volume 1 and 2 a couple of years ago. And really, so the collections were like very strange. So when it wasn't Simon & Schuster at the time, it was Adams Media. Simon & Schuster did the second book. Adams Media came to me. What they wanted me to do was like write like a biography, and I was like, I don't want to do that. But I work with a whole bunch of different authors, and I want to just get them in. So really, they were authors that I knew and authors I was friends with and folks like that, and they all submitted their stories to the book, and that's what became the big publication one. I was really hoping, like, man, this is able to help them out, and I've actually heard, like, from a bunch of them, actually, that they've seen a lot of success just from the fact that this book is on shelves in full national distribution. The second one was different YouTubers I worked with. There's a couple of authors as well, but the YouTubers also write fantastic stories, CreepyPasta and Madame Macabre and Dead Pasta and them. They did fantastic. And I really wanted them to be out there as well because, like, yeah, I mean, like, I know they're YouTubers and they have, like, their channels that are growing, but also, like, this is something that we all do together. Like, we are a community of people, so that's what I wanted the second book to be. How it affected them, I hope it helps them. Because it's a nationally distributed book and their names get to show up on there as their channel, as themselves, versus like, oh yeah, well, also if you go to youtube.com/ no, this is them as them. So I hope it's helpful to them. I know like they're still doing good on their YouTube channels, and I like to think I contributed like a couple of grains in there.
Speaking of the development of a YouTube channel, how has it been seeing the development of your channel over the years?
Really cool. I don't know. I don't like my channel. It's gotten some pretty good traction. 1.4, 1.5 million. Honestly, like I kind of stopped looking at numbers a lot on my channel, and I know like that's kind of a frowned upon thing on YouTube too, because like we're supposed to mitigate numbers, but I kind of stopped looking at numbers a lot, and that's part of the reason why I do like conventions like this, because I don't like seeing numbers too much. Whenever I see on numbers, like I kind of forget that numbers are people, and like it starts to eventually be like I'm playing a game with numbers, but in actuality, of course, I'm trying to keep people entertained and keep people happy and stuff. So I don't really look at that one. I kind of just like watch crowds here at like cons, and then watch crowds and like comments and things like that, because I think it's like I think it's really fun seeing the channel grow. And I know like my mom's happy about it, and like my wife's happy about it and stuff like that. But like for me it's great seeing the channel grow, but it's kind of better for me to see how people are kind of growing along with it, like, because I'll see people that are like, oh, I used to watch you since I was 12. It's like, man, how old are you now? I'm like, oh, like I'm 18. I'm just graduated high school, moving to college. Like, damn, okay. That's kind of like the fun part of watching my channel grow, is seeing like, man, these people like grew up watching my stuff. And that was one of the things when I first started too. Even I was like, man, I bet there's probably like creating longevity isn't about like just creating something that was really stuck out to you one time. It's just creating something that somebody could stick with you for a long period of time, and then when they're an adult, they'll probably look back on it and go, man, that was fun. I remember when I used to do that as a kid. I want to go look at it again. And that was what creating longevity in something for me was, is just I just have to keep doing it. And if I just keep doing it, then they'll grow up along with me. And like that's kind of the cool part of watching my channel grow, is watching everybody else around it also grow, and then like move on with their lives and then come back. That's the cool thing.
Subscribers to your channel were very excited to see the release of the Nonstop Horror Radio, which plays stories 24/7. With the release of daily videos, are there any new projects that you're working on that you can tell us about?
Isn't that enough? Yeah, there are. There's new projects going on. So we're coming up on October right now. And with October, I'm still doing daily videos. So there's like 34 videos supposed to come out in the month of October. And then all of them like countdown from the first day of October all the way to the Halloween. We just announced this. There's other projects and stuff that me and CreepyPasta are working on together, but this one is super cool. We're doing a U.S. tour in October. So October 17th through the 31st is what I think it is. We're going to San Francisco, San Diego, Los Angeles, Arizona, Orlando, Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, and Austin. And this is the first time that Creeps is showing up as CreepyPasta ever on stage. And this is the first tour that me and Mew are doing together. So Mew's playing piano live, I'm telling scary stories, and Creeps has like this surprise thing that he's been working on that he's actually bringing onto the tour. So it's really cool, and that's something that we've had under a hat for like a couple of months now, and I finally get a chance to talk about it.
How has it been working with Mew being the music for your channel?
Great. Mew is a really, really close friend. 8 years ago, I used his music without him knowing, which was really bad on me. And he totally could have just like gotten in my face and about all that. But he was really cool, and he's like, oh no, he's just happy that somebody used the music. And then he was talking about like, oh, I can compose other music for you, and I can work on this and work on this. And we added each other on Facebook, and we started like talking about new possibilities, creating horror together. And 8 years later, I mean, like he played at my wedding. He actually came over. This first time we met in person. He flew from Germany to America, and he played music at my wedding.
wow.
And yeah, it was super cool. He like had this full piano. And he played music at my wedding, and we started doing shows together at San Japan and San Antonio. We did a show together in Atlanta as well, and now we get to do this whole tour together, which is really cool. It's really fun, and I mean, honestly, he's like one of my best friends. He's a super cool guy. Now we can play video games together and playing Earth Defense Force, fighting giant bugs together. And finally, got a PlayStation 4, like a cool guy, so we can actually play like real games together and stuff.
One last question for you.
yeah.
Where can people keep an eye out for new announcements and coming updates for video releases and tours?
Everything I do is always talked about on YouTube, so youtube.com/MrCreepyPasta. Also, I'm a podcast that's available on Spotify and on Google Play and on Apple and everywhere else you can find it. But it only has 300 episodes. So if you want to get all 2,000 of them, you have to go back to YouTube, youtube.com/MrCreepyPasta. And I'm also on Twitter, MrCreepyPasta0 is me on Twitter. And you can follow me and see all my dad jokes and stuff.
All right. Well, thank you so very much. And we look forward to seeing your new videos. And if you guys get a chance, definitely try to see him on tour in October. All right. See you guys later.
Bye.